Welcome back to Video Vault 5, presented by 650 Gold. I'm Leon Bibb, along with veteran news videographer Tom Livingston. You know, we take it for granted these days when a major news event is happening somewhere, it will be carried live on television.
But in the early 1970s, technology was just emerging for us to beam live news pictures for the year. The year was 1974, and TV5 was the first to put a live van on the streets of Cleveland. We called it the Action Cam.
You're watching what happens every time we make you an eyewitness to the news. It's called Action Cam. And every time one of our action cams beams a live report from the scene, an intricate system of people and machines is put into motion. TV5 pioneered live instant news gathering in northern Ohio.
Stand by, Action Cam.
And today we do more of it than anyone else.
An update now.
Catch 5. Catch Action Cam. And you've caught it all.
With type A positive blood.
Our live Action Cam revolutionized local TV news. Suddenly, we could show you what was happening live as it happened. Here's one of our very first live shots back in 1975.
This is Ted Henry live with the TV5 Action Cam in University Heights. Actually, I'm standing in South Euclid right now at the intersection of Warrensville Center Road and Cedar Avenue. What you see right now is a major fire raging out of control. It started about 60 minutes ago. You've got fire apparatus here from Shaker Heights, from University Heights, and from South Euclid. At least 3 stores are still well involved.
Along with our live trucks on the ground, we soon discovered we could go live from the air too. Paul Orlowski, along with cameraman Rich Geiser, gave us a live bird's-eye view over downtown Cleveland from the Goodyear blimp, America.
We're in that little cabin down at the bottom of the blimp. That big bag of helium up above us holds some 202,700 cubic feet of helium, and that's what's holding us up. I'm with John Moran, who's been the pilot of the Goodyear blimp, or at least one of the Goodyear blimps, for 14.5 years.
These live shots created a new position at TV5, a position called the Live Reporter. It's a job that Jay Backus fully embraced with a lot of creativity.
Jay? Well, you look to historians first, and most of them would certainly agree that the invitation of those friendly Indians to the first Pilgrim Feast was probably the first and last gesture of true decency by the white man to the original landlords of North America.
You've at one time or another heard or used the expression, "That's a real Megillah." What a Megillah that was. Well, the term is correctly applied to the Jewish Feast of Lots.
Jay Backus joins us now live with an analysis. Jay, where are you?
At a downtown Ohio, Bill, where as you can see the price of unleaded tonight is $73.9. That's high enough for any of us who can remember when premium was $27.9. But $73.9 is not as high as it's going to go. Today's OPEC increases are expected to drive the price of unleaded up to a national average of 77 cents per gallon.
Well, how about that? What about those gas prices, Tom?
77 cents a gallon. Sometimes gas prices jump 77 cents a gallon overnight.
Wish we could go back to 76 cents a gallon or whatever it was back in those days.
Did you ever ride the blimp?
I never rode the blimp. I was supposed to get on the Goodyear blimp one day for a ride and do a story about it, but a thunderstorm came up and we had to cancel the ride. It was the one kind of thing, one kind of aviation thing I never got on.
I've never been on the blimp either. I'd love to do it. So
done jet planes and all of that, but never the blimp. And live shots.
Well, when you look at that promo, everything looks so exciting.
Yeah.
I remember one night, it was election night, and they had promoed that they were going to be at all these different places doing live shots. Well, the live truck, we had one. It died, and they ended up towing it from story to story, hooked up to the live truck. You saw it, didn't you?
I saw that. I was at Channel 3 that night and working for them, and I saw your live truck being around at the end of a tow truck. You just needed the microwave apparatus on top, and the engine wasn't working.
That's right.
So they went from place to place.
That's how they
on the back of a tow truck.
And you know, we all have great live shot stories, but you have one of my favorites.
Oh, well, at a station, not this one, but a station that will go unnamed, they had promoted at 6 o'clock. There will be a live picture of the eclipse tonight on the 11 o'clock news. It was cloudy, but they had promoted it, and they told the photographer, "You find me an eclipse shot. Otherwise, don't come back in here because we promoted it at 6 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, he says, it's cloudy. They say, find the eclipse. You better find the eclipse. So they drove down to East 9th Street at Captain Frank's, where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is, and they photographed a light at Burke Lakefront Airport, defocused on it, made it soft, cocked the camera to the side and put a blue gel on it and took it live, put it on the air. There's the eclipse. Not this station, but a station that will go unnamed. What a story.
Oh,
huh?
yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was before my time. No, I
The
heard
legend
this
lives
story.
on.
The legend lives on. We keep it going on this broadcast. Well, in our first Video Vault 5 special, Tom and I took you back to early memories of Cedar Point in Sandusky. Today, we revisit another family fun place, but on the other side of town. It's called SeaWorld, and it first opened in 1970, right across the water from the Geauga Lake amusement park.
It was SeaWorld's only seasonal park, which meant the whales and other performers of the show would be flown into Cleveland every spring and then flown out before the cold weather could hit. As you can see here, moving them was a real spectacle. This film is from 1972, and their theme for that year was Shamu Goes Hollywood. Nice touch with the sunglasses on Shamu. And by the way, I have no idea why that monkey greeted the plane.
Having SeaWorld here brought lots of Hollywood stars to Northeast Ohio. Here's Ruta Lee and Cesar Romero walking through the entrance. Actress Debbie Reynolds then casts her footprints in cement. Here's Ruta Lee again, along with Lloyd Bridges, father of actors Jeff and Beau Bridges.
There was at least one time, though, that we traveled out to SeaWorld to cover a legitimate news story. 2 alligators had escaped their SeaWorld confines and made a break for it to the nearby waters of Geauga Lake.
I take it now there's really no problem that they will go on the shore and attack anybody, I take it.
No, none whatsoever. Alligators are very shy, and they don't generally attack people. They really have to be provoked to do such a thing.
I did find a follow-up story in our files saying that one of the alligators had been recovered. But as for the second gator on the lam, the fate of that fugitive remains a mystery to this day.
And here's legendary TV5 sports director Nev Chandler at SeaWorld, taking on a professional in the log rolling contest. Afterwards, we told Nev not to quit his day job.
Ah, SeaWorld. Tom, I miss SeaWorld.
Oh, I do too. It made the area so much special. Well, there's so many memories out there, you know, in the show, in the stadium, and just the feel. You were out there a lot. I was out there a lot.
I was always out there. One day I had to go do a story, and the name of the story was What a Zoo. It's how they feed the animals at the Cleveland Zoo, how they feed the animals at SeaWorld. So I go backstage, I'm at SeaWorld, and the show is going on. You got a whole crowd of folks out there, and they say, well, Leon, come on out. We'll get you involved in the show. The next thing I know, I've got a cameraman with me. We're out in the show. People are applauding like that. As we come out, and they say, now you can feed Shamu, the big killer whale. And they give me some fish, and I just kind of put my hand, they said, just put it on his tongue. And I'm laying it there on his tongue. And I said, and pull my hand back real quick. And I'm actually in the show feeding Shamu, and the crowd just goes wild, and I get a chance to rub his nose and all of that.
Cool.
Oh, it was cool. It was cool. It was quite a story, too. And the whole time the camera's rolling, we had quite a story on that.
That's nice.
What do you remember about out there?
Well, in my 32 years here at Channel 5, my favorite story I ever shot was at Geauga Lake. It was an 85-year-old woman who liked to ride roller coasters. Why don't we look at that story right now?
And I love the excitement of going up and down on them, and the feel of the wind in your face as well. I like the speed, I like the hills, and then there are several short ones that go real fast. And then when you get to the top, that's good. There you see it, way, way down there. Yay, team! That's it. See, it's over with. I'm older than this thing is. By 15 years, come to think of it. Now we go down a nice hill. Not too bad.
Is it good every time you do it?
Yeah. Every single time. It's good. It's wonderful.
Nothing like a roller coaster.
Well, if you need proof that roller coasters keep you young, that was Esther. I mean, 85 years old, riding roller coaster. We'd seen in the community newspaper, Joe Paganakis and I, that she volunteered, she did things, but she liked riding roller coasters. We picked her up and took her out there, and we just had a great time. And she's 101 years old. They showed that video at her birthday party when she turned 101.
I bet she'd love to ride again.
I think she probably could.
I bet she could, too. Well, coming up next, we pay tribute to a local show done live in this very studio that went on to change the look of network television across the country.
And don't forget, you can see more than 100 of my vintage clips on my Video Vault page at newsnet5.com.
We'll be
right back.
See dozens of vintage clips from decades of News Channel 5 programming. Go to newsnet5.com/Cleveland Video Vault 5, presented by 650 Gold.